Yes, look at the question now. The two insulated charged copper sphere A and B, they are what given? Two copper sphere A and B have their center separated by some distance of how much now? 50 centimeter. Distance between them, like A part of the question, distance between them how much? 50 centimeter apart. What is the mutual force of electrostatic repulsion if the charge on each is how much is given? This must mean charge on A is equal to charge on B. That is equal to how much is given? 6.5 into 10 power minus 7 coulomb. The radii of A and B is negligible as compared to distance of separation. Means we take, these are like what type of charges? Point charges we take. So we need to find what now? The electrostatic repulsion between them we need to find out. So the formula is what now? The electrostatic force of repulsion between them. F is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q A into qb divided by distance square. So this is 9 into 10 power 9 into QA is how much? 6.5 into 10 power minus 7. Can we take it as a whole square? Because QA and QB both are same. Divide by distance between them 50 centimeter. So it is 50 into 10 power minus 2 whole square. Why? Because it is in centimeter. I am converting centimeter to meter. Now tell me, doing the calculation, what you get an answer for this question now? Okay, that is the force we are going to get, some force we are going to get now. Please do the calculation and let me know how much you get an answer. Anyone got the answer? See, you are going to do with me now. Means like you should do it there, not just sitting there. You should do it with me. Then only you can understand the subject. Without doing, you cannot get it anything. Okay? Yeah. So 0.01521 correct. One answer I got from Srishti. That is 0.01521 Newton. That is the force of mutual repulsion. Okay, electrostatic repulsion between those two. So now look at the B part of the question now. So let's say B part of the question. What is the force of repulsion if each sphere is charged double? So initially charge, how much is the QA and QB, and now final charge what not double. Okay, double amount. So I can take now QA dash equal to 2 times of QA and QB prime that is equal to 2 times of QB. Means we are going double. And the distance between them halved. Means initial distance is what now become half. The new distance become what now? R by 2. Okay. Now I want to find out now what is the force now in this case now in this situation now. Again I'm going to use the formula new force F dash equal to what now? 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into QA prime into QB prime divided by distance is what now? R prime, right? R prime its square. Let us insert the values now. It is 1 by 4 pi epsilon. I'll keep as it is as of now. Into QA and QB prime, it will become what now? 4 times of QA into QB, right? Because by inserting the values divided by R dash square is there. R dash is over R by 2. So it is become what now? R square by 4. And this 4 will come to numerator. And here 4 is there. 4 into 4 becomes 16. So 16 times of 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into QA QB divided by R square. See, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught QA QB by R square is what now? F, right? Initial force. So I can take now new prime force equal to 16 times of initial force. Okay, 16 times of initial force. It is what now? 16 to initial force. How much we got? 0.01521. Okay, multiply these two. How much you get now? New force F prime is 0.2436336. Correct. 0.24336 Newton. So that is a new force. So the question is clear to all of you. This question is. Okay, can we move on to the next question then? Yes. Okay. Let's go for next question. The question is asking that suppose the sphere A and B in exercise 1.1 means previous one, just what we have done, have identical size. Okay, have their what now? Identical size. A third sphere of same size but uncharged. So let us take now initially QA equal to QB. How much was there in the previous slide? It was, look at here, 6.5 to 10 power 7, right? Yes. 6.5 into 10 power minus 7 coulomb. Now there is a one more, that is QC, which is charged how much? 0, because it is uncharged. Is brought in contact with first and then brought in contact with second. First we are going to join QA and QC, and then we are going to join QB and QC. And finally removed from both, and we are going to remove. Now they are asking you what is the new force of repulsion between A and B. Okay, now we need to find what now? A new force of repulsion between what? A and B. Let us first join QA and QB. Okay, so this is QA and this is QC. We're going to join with the conducting wire. So initial charge on QA is how much now? 6.5 into 10 power minus 7. QB how much? QC is how much? 0. So net charge how much become now? It will become 6.5 into 10 power minus 7 plus 0 divided by 2. That is, they're going to achieve equilibrium. So if you do like this, what will happen now? You're going to get, it is 6.5 into 10 power minus 7 by 2. It will be 3.7 3.75 into 10 power minus 7. Okay, so that's what will become what now? It will become QA prime and is equal to QC prime now, new charge. When they joined each other, so this is become now. So QA prime become equal to what now? QC prime. So that is equal to how much now? 3.75 into 10 power minus 7. Now this is the first thing, is brought in contact with first, is done. Now then brought in contact with second. Now I'm going to take QC prime. I'm going to bring it to second one now. So this is what we call QC prime is in contact with what now? QB. Now net, okay, they're going to share the charges. Then the sharing of charge will occur between them. So now we need to find out total charge, how much is there finally. Okay. So now it will begin same thing. Add these two and divide by 2. It will be what now? So QC prime, how much we got? 3.75 into 10 power minus 7, and QB initially 6.5 into 10 power minus 7 divided by 2. So we need to add them now. So it is 3.75. Okay, plus 6.5. It will become what now? It will become 10.25 into 10 power minus 7 divided by 2. So if you divide by 2, it will become what now? It will become 5.125 into 10 power minus 7 coulomb. Okay, this is what new charge. What now? QC double prime, that is equal to QB prime. Now, next what we do, and finally remove from both, and we remove. So QC is removed now. Now, what is the new force between A and B? So now new charge on A is how much now? That is QA prime. That is how much we got? 3.75 into 10 power minus 7. And new charge on B, how much? QB prime? 5.125 into 10 power minus 7. Okay. One. Okay, now QA prime and QB prime we got to know now. This is in Coulomb, of course. Okay, now we're going to insert the values now. New force F prime is become what now? 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught multiplied by QA prime into QB prime divided by distance is same because they never talked about distance here. So distance previously, how much was there? Distance between them 50 centimeter like the previous slide. So same distance now. So distance is how much? 50 centimeter, 50 into 10 power minus 2 whole square. Okay, this we're going to insert the values now. It is 9 into 10 power 9 into QA prime 3.75 into 10 power minus 7 into QB prime 5.125 into 10 power minus 7 divided by distance between them is 50 into 10 power minus 2 whole square. So that is a new force. And let me know, students, how much you get a new force now. Yes, I'm waiting for your answer in a chat box. Yes, any doubts are there?
So that Q dash A equals to Q dash C is 3.25, no, sir?
3.25 it is. 3.75, no? Because 6.5 by 2. How much you get 6.5 by 2? Yeah, 3.75. Hey, it's 6.25, right? It is 3.25, right? It is 3, is 3.25. Yes, thank you so much, madam. Oh, okay, 3. Correct, it is 3.25 it is. So here then where am I going to change now? Here we need to change again. It is become 3.25. And this answer will change now. And this answer will change. And yeah, almost. Yes, let's see one by one now. It is 3.25. So it is 3.25 plus 6.5 will be 9.75. So 9.75 by 2, it will be 4.875. So now here it is. This is then 5.125 QB. That is become how much now? That is become 4.875. Yeah. $4.875. And this is also 4.875. Yes, now it is okay. Now it is correct. Yes. So one answer I got from Srishti, that is 0.00599. Srishti, we have made a mistake. You got to know, I think, the mistake, right? Well, calculation. Okay, with that corrected calculation, this answer is correct. 0.00599. Yeah, one more answer, 0.059 answer from Sarvesh. Any other answer from anyone? Apart from Sarvesh, any other answers? Monica, Dhanush, Fatma, Maria Jasmine, Pawan Kumar, Purna Chandra, Manasa. Okay, 0.00657. 0.00657. One more answer. Different answers we are getting, and not the same answers. Let us look at here now. This 9, I'll keep it as it is, into 3.75 into 4.875 into 10 power. This is minus 14. It is plus 9. You get minus 5. Divide by this 50 is there, no? I'll take 25 into, it is 10 power 2. 10 power minus 4, it will become 10 power minus 2. Okay, so we need to multiply numerators. So it is 9 multiplied by 3.75 multiplied by 4.875 and divide by, so it's 25. So we're going to get 6.58 into 10 power minus 3. Because here minus 2 will come to numerator, it will become minus 3. I can say now 6.58 millinewton. That is a new force. Okay, Srishti, answer is correct. Because if you shift the points, of course it is correct. So Srishti wrote like this as 0.00657 Newton. That's also correct answer. So this is a new force. Sarvesh, please check once where you have gone wrong in the calculation. Okay. Yes. So students, I request all of you to please do the calculation along with me. Okay. Yeah. So let us move on to what now? Next question. Can you go for next question now? Yes. Tarun, can you go for next question? Atma,
Yes, sir.
can you go for next question? Of course, yes, sir. No option, sir. Okay. Consider a uniform electric field. Again, uniform electric field is given. Along what now x-axis it is. They given I cap. Okay. What is the flux of this field through the square of what now 10 centimeter on side whose plane is parallel to the YZ plane. So now it is like how it is there now. So now if I take a part, it is there what we call x-axis, y-axis, and this is what we call z-axis. Now in this we are going to place what now? Place a sheet. That's what now? Square of side 10 centimeter. I'm going to place a square of side 10 centimeter. It is in what plane? It is in YZ plane. Like this it is there. Now, of course, it's not perfect square. Okay. Like this it is there. Now we need to find what now? What is the flux through the same square? If okay, B part is no, let's leave it. So what is the flux? We need to find out. Okay. So side is 10 centimeter and this side is 10 centimeter. Area become what now? 10 centimeter into 10 centimeter. So it is 100 centimeter square. Convert centimeter square into what now? Meter square. 100 into 10 power minus 4 meter square. It has become 10 power minus 2 meter square. That is the area. Now, what is the direction of electric field? Direction of electric field is like this. In the diagram, it is along x-axis. And what is the direction of area vector? We should always take area vector, right? Direction of area vector is also along what now? Same direction. So angle between them, how much? Theta equal to 0 degree. So I need to find what now? Electric flux. I need to find out electric flux equal to, okay, flux phi equal to E A cos theta. Electric field E, how much we got no sir? How much we are given sir? It is 3 into 10 power 3. 3 into 10 power 3 into area, how much we got sir? 10 power minus 2. It will become 30. What is the unit now? Newton meter square per coulomb. That is a flux through this surface. Okay, so this is A part of the question. Look at the B part of the question now. What is the flux through the same square if the normal to its plane makes an angle theta degree, then 60 degree with x-axis. Now, this x-axis is like this. The normal is like this. This angle is theta. That is equal to how much now? 60 degree. Okay, it is just tilted by some angle. Now, in this case, that is a B part. What is the flux now? Flux equal to E A cos theta. So it will be electric field E is how much is given. Let me insert the values. 3 into 10 power 3. Area is 10 power minus 2 into cos 60 degree. Do you remember students what is the value of cos 60 degree? It is 1 by 2. So it will become 3 into 10 power 1 into 1 by 2. 3 by 2 means how much it is? 1.5 into 10. It will become 15. Okay, 15 Newton meter square per coulomb. That is the flux. Okay, so this is clear how to calculate the flux. So you should always compare the angle with respect to normal. Okay, that will be easy for you to determine. Okay, can we move on to the next question now? Now the question is, what is the net flux of the uniform electric field in exercise 1.15 means previous question. Okay, throw the cube of side how much? 20 centimeter oriented so that its faces are parallel to the coordinates of the plane. Now how it is there? Let me take coordinates. X-axis, Y-axis and Z-axis. Now I want to take now cube. Okay, let us write a cube now. Okay, where I can write here only? No, let me write here. Yeah. This is a cube now. So here I'm going to indicate X, Y, Z axis now. This is x-axis. This is the center of the coordinate system. This is what now? This is along x-axis. This is along y-axis. And this is along what now? Z-axis. Like this it is there. I'm going to erase this diagram here. Okay. Yes. Now the cube of side how much? 20 centimeter they are given. So this cube of side is how much? 20 centimeter. Now we need to find the flux. We need to find out. Okay, what is the net flux? We need to find out, right? Okay, let us start solving this area vectors first. Yeah. Upper face area vector is what now? Like this direction. Of course, electric field in the given question means that the previous question that is given here 3 into 10 power 3 I cap means what now? Along x-axis. So I'm going to write electric field here. That is 3 into 10 power 3 I cap Newton per coulomb means it is along electric field. So this face, upper face will make an angle of how much now? It is along electric field this face. So its angle is 90 degree. So this upper face will not contribute anything. Similarly, if I look at lower face, electric field is in this direction and area vector downward. Let's say A cap, area vector is downward. So angle is again how much? 90 degree. So if you look at front and back, okay, front and back also make an angle of how much? 90 degree. So what is left now? Only the left surface and right surface which is the left. Okay, if I look at the left surface, okay, if I look at left surface electric, okay, area vector what direction now? In this direction. And electric field what direction now? In this direction. Because along x-axis making an angle of how much now? 180 degree. On the right surface, electric field in this direction. And area vector also same direction. Angle theta become how much now? 0 degree. So let's find this electric flux, total electric flux. Electric flux equal to on left surface, flux on left surface plus flux on right surface. That is how much now? E into area we need to find out. Let's say A it is now. Or it is given on 20 centimeter. Okay, let's say area of this each A. Okay, angle is how much now? Cos 180 degree. Plus right surface E A cos 0 degree. So now here EA cos 180 degree, right? What is the value of cos 180 degree, students? What is the value of cos 180 degree? -1, right? So it is -1 cos 180 degree. Okay, so it will become what now? So this negative sign, it is minus E times of A. It is plus E times of E. Because cos of 0 degree we know as 1. So these two will cancel and the total flux is how much? 0. Done. Without much calculation. So flux is how much now? 0 because both are not giving contribution. So from this I can say that this cube, okay, does not contain any charge at all inside. That's the reason the flux we are going to get what now? 0 flux we are going to get. Okay, if the question is clear to all of you now, why flux is 0? So let us move on to the next question now. So question is asking this, the careful measurement of electric field at the surface of a box indicate that the net outward flux through the surface of the box is how much? This much. It is net outward flux. So let's say phi is equal to 8.0 into 10 power 3 Newton meter square per coulomb. Okay, net outward flux that's given. Okay, net outward flux means it must be what type of charge? Positive charge. Because it is outward flux. Sir, what if they say inward flux? It will be what type of charge? Negative charge. So what is the net charge inside the box? Okay, from Gauss law we go now. From Gauss law, we know net flux is equal to net charge divided by epsilon naught. So we want to get net charge is equal to epsilon naught multiplied by net flux. Epsilon naught is how much? 8.854 into 10 power minus 12 into this flux how much is given? 8 into 10 power 3. So we need to multiply this term now. So if you multiply 8.854 multiplied by 8, you're going to get what now? You're going to get 70.832 into 10 power minus 9 coulomb, or I can say now Q net is equal to 17.832 3 nanocoulomb. Or you can numerically equal to or nearly equal to, since it is 8, 71 nanocoulomb can write. If you want, you can write, not an issue. If you don't want, you can leave it. So this is A part of the question. Look at B part of the question. If the net outward flux through the surface of the box were 0, means that telling that if the flux through the surface, outward flux through the surface is how much now? If it is 0, could you conclude that there were no charges inside the box? Why and why not? Okay, so now there are two possible cases are there. First case, B part, first case, no charge at all. No charge inside the box. One possible case is there. There is no charge at all. There is a one more possible case is there. What is the one more possible case? There is a charge, but Q net is 0. Okay. There are charges, but Q net is equal to 0. Means the thing is, there are some positive and negative charges are there. If you add them, since the net charge becomes 0, there is no flux. Okay, you can say even like this. There are two possible way, why and why not. Why not is not possible. There is why because there is no charge, or there is a charge but net charge becomes 0. Okay, so this is about the question number what question about flux. So can you move on to next question then? Yes. Look at now the next question. It is these questions are based on Gauss laws. What we are doing now. Gauss, not gas. Gauss law. GAUSS. A point charge 10 microcoulomb. What the point charge 10 microcoulomb is at a distance of 5 centimeter directly above the center of the square of the side 10 centimeter as shown in the figure. That is the figure here. So there is a charge here for 10 microcoulomb exactly above it. Okay, what is the magnitude of electric flux through the square? Means through this square, how much flux is there? We need to find out. So whenever you ask doing like this, since it is a positive charge, it will send the electric field lines in all possible directions. Right? So once you want to find out this type of questions, you need to imagine a three-dimensional picture. Means you need to complete it. So if you want to complete it, it will become like this somewhere here. Okay. I need to complete this as a square now, cube now. Yes. Okay, like this, I'm going to complete as a cube now. This is now look like a cube now. Okay, now we need to find out now how much flux is there to the entire cube as per Gauss law. As per Gauss law, it is Q net divided by epsilon naught. So it is Q net is there. It is through what now? Through entire cube. Now we need to find for one surface, right? There are how many faces are there? 6 faces are there. Then I can say then flux through each face is equal to what now? Flux through each face is what now? Q net divided by 6 epsilon naught. Why I'm dividing by 6? Because there are 6 faces are there. I should divide equally for each face. So now it will become what now? Charge how much is there? 10 microcoulomb. 10 into 10 power minus 6 divided by 6 into epsilon naught is what now? 8.854 into 10 power minus 12. So this is 10 power minus 5 divided by 6 into 8.85. So it will become what now? 53.124 into 10 power minus 12. So it is 1 divided by 53.124. We get in what answer? We get 0.0188 into 10 power plus 7. Okay, So this is what now? Flux, that is into what now? Newton meter square per coulomb. So this is the flux through what now? Each phase. Okay. So this is about the question. Okay, based on Gauss. Okay. Yes. So now we're going. Okay, we're going to stop here today, students.